This is my lazy shortcut acorn squash puree curry soup. It's super easy to make, it's very creamy, and I make this every year. Last year, I made it for my neighbor and she gobbled it up. Ingredients are super easy: curry powder, smoked paprika, tomato, onion, garlic, acorn squash, and coconut milk. Did I mention this is vegan? Yes, it's vegan. If you don't have coconut milk or you don't like the taste of it, because it does have like a pretty strong taste, that you could just use heavy cream instead. I already have a can opened. I'm only gonna be using a third of this can, so I'm just showing you a can that I have not opened yet. The acorn squash is from Whole Foods. It was $5.99, I believe, so this whole meal is under $10. For roasting, I'm gonna be using a silicone mat. I love it because nothing sticks to it. Garlic has to be roasted. I put it in an aluminum foil. I've tried it without the aluminum foil and it did not come out the same at all. For my tomatoes, I'm just cutting them in half. That way it will roast easy and it will not like explode and burst. If you put a whole tomato in there, it will explode. So this is my shortcut, cutting the squash. Now, it is so hard to cut the squashes or pumpkins. Maybe if I use a knife with the teeth, like the steak knife, that would have been easier. But last time I made it, I peeled the acorn, and now I am showing you how I do it on my shortcut way. So first I'm just cutting it in half, and then I'm gonna cut it in little pieces with the skin on it still. You could totally save these seeds. However, often the seeds are not ready because the fruit, the plant, squash in this case, was picked too early, so the seeds are not mature yet. So often that's why seeds don't grow, because the fruit was picked too early. So I'm just cutting it as well as I can. Smaller pieces is gonna cook faster. We're gonna bake this. I'm layering it as well as I can. It doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to fit. Everything has to fit. This recipe with one acorn, it's gonna be 2 big bowls of soup and maybe a little bit left over for like second bites. Onion, I was trying to see if I cut the onion smaller, will it get cook faster? Like I wanted to reach like the in and out, the grilled onion type of texture. Honestly, I could have just made it bigger cuts. It didn't really make a difference. I'm adding curry and smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika so much. Black pepper, and before adding my salt, I'm spraying it with avocado oil, spraying it and also spraying the tomato, and then I'm gonna add the salt. I baked this at 375 for maybe 20 minutes. Once you poke it with a fork and it's soft, it's ready. And I'm calling this my shortcut squash because I'm gonna scoop it out from the skin instead of peeling it off like I did last time, which took so long. Here I have a medium large size saucepan where I'm gonna blend everything together, and look at the garlic. It's so delicious, but it's also very sticky. So with a spoon, just scooping it out. Now this looks a little complicated because there's a camera in between my hands, but arms, not the hands, arms. But once I moved the camera, it was super easy, and you can scoop off everything. Not a little bit will go to waste when you do it properly. I just kind of went with it quickly, and you see my onion kind of disappeared in there, but you can still see it on the bottom. It still got crunchy, nicely toasty, but I ended up blending everything together. See, all the skin, and it was so quick, super quick, maybe under 2 minutes. Everything here, I'm adding 2 cups of veggie broth. You can use bouillon too, and then third of that coconut milk can. And this is the second time in my life I'm using one of these soup blenders. This is the KitchenAid one. It is super strong. You can also adjust the speed on it. I'll put the link down below because it's such a good tool. Before, I would always put them in the Vitamix, and it's a blender and blend it all together, but I really wanted to get one of these because it just feels more controlling, and it blended everything so smoothly. I'm still getting used to on how to properly use it, but I think I'm getting the hang of it pretty quickly, and I'm really excited to make more creamy soup with this tool. So everything came together very nicely, and it is basically done. All you had to do was cut up the vegetables, add some seasoning, scoop out the squash, and blend everything together, and the soup is done. It is pretty sweet. So to balance out the flavor, I'm also adding this Trader Joe's chili onion chunks. If you don't have that, you can use just chili flakes or chili oil. Just a little bit on there, drizzle and make it look aesthetic. And I've always seen people put like the white cream on it too. So I tried it with the coconut milk, and I do this every year, and every year I think it's gonna turn out great, but it kind of just melts away. It doesn't look as aesthetic as a heavy cream would, but it's perfect. I ate this up instantly with the chili oil. It was such a good idea to put it on. I loved it, and I'm already excited for the next time I make this.